At our annual family reunion, my arrogant sister stood up in front of 30 relatives, pointed directly at my 13-year-old daughter, and loudly claimed she was mentally unfit to receive her inheritance. The room dropped into complete silence as my sister demanded that grandmother hand over the family trust fund money to her own kids instead. But when my grandmother looked up from her seat, she did not look angry at my daughter. She looked at my sister with absolute disbelief and asked if my sister really did not know who my daughter actually was. In that exact second, my sister went completely pale, realizing her cruel greed was about to destroy her entire life. For years, my older sister, Amanda, looked down on my branch of the family. Amanda married a wealthy executive, drove expensive sports cars, and treated everyone else like second-class citizens. My husband and I chose a quieter path, raising our 13-year-old daughter Maya with love, strong values, and a humble lifestyle. Maya has always been quiet and private, preferring to keep to herself during large social gatherings. Amanda interpreted Maya's quiet nature as a weakness and constantly made snide remarks behind our backs, claiming Maya was slow and lacked intelligence. The tension reached a boiling point when our grandmother decided to gather the whole family to announce how she would allocate the family trust fund. The fund was established by my late grandfather and contained millions of dollars intended to secure the future of the younger generation. Every relative gathered around the DINING table, anxious to hear grandmother's decisions. Amanda was practically beaming, confident that her two spoiled teenage children would receive the lion's share of the fortune. Just as grandmother pulled out the legal documents to begin reading the terms, Amanda suddenly slammed her hands on the table and stood up. She pointed a finger right at my daughter, Maya, who was quietly sitting next to me. Amanda raised her voice so everyone in the mansion could hear, calling Maya mentally behind and arguing that giving her any share of the trust fund would be a total waste of family money. She demanded that grandmother remove Maya from the will entirely and divide her portion among children who were actually capable of doing something with it. The entire dining room froze in shock. People stopped chewing, conversations died instantly, and a suffocating silence settled over the entire house. I opened my mouth to defend my child, but before I could speak, grandmother slowly put down her glasses. She looked up at Amanda, not with anger, but with a profound look of surprise and disappointment. Grandmother quietly asked Amanda if she truly had no idea who Maya actually was. Amanda blinked, clearly thrown off by the question, and her face drained of all color as she stuttered, asking what grandmother meant. Grandmother stood up and revealed the secret that had been kept for 3 whole years. Maya was not slow or struggling at all. In fact, Maya was a certified prodigy who had been anonymously running a highly successful software foundation that grandmother personally invested in. More importantly, grandmother revealed that the trust fund Amanda was begging for did not even belong to the late grandfather anymore. 3 years ago, when the family business faced bankruptcy due to Amanda's husband's bad investments, it was young Maya who used her own technological patents and earnings to secretly buy out the debt and fund the entire family trust. The room gasped as grandmother produced the official corporate records, showing Maya name as the sole trustee and legal owner of the entire family estate. Amanda collapsed back into her chair in absolute shock. Grandmother calmly informed Amanda that due to her cruel behavior, her children's inheritance portion was now subject to Maya's personal approval, leaving Amanda begging for forgiveness from the very child she tried to humiliate. Karma works in incredible ways, and true strength never needs to shout. Amanda's cruelty backfired completely, exposing her own arrogance while elevating the child she tried to tear down. In the end, respect is earned through humility and character, not superficial status.